Pest Control is who you need.
Hi, my name's Sean with Pest Control here in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains of western North Carolina. And I'd like to talk to you today about termites. And in specific, I'd like to talk about Section 5 of the official North Carolina Wood Destroying Insect Information Report, also known as a WDI report, a WDIR, or simply known as a termite inspection. Now, if you're going to buy, sell, or refinance a home, chances are you're going to encounter this report. And Section 5, which reads, "The following conditions conducive to subterranean termites were noted in this property." And then there'll be a list of things. We get a lot of questions about what exactly we mean by this, and so I thought this was a good time to address it, to talk about what is a conducive condition and why it's important. So, let's first talk about termites and have a look at some. Well, here we are, folks. Here's some eastern subterranean termites. That's the real deal. That's them. Now, usually they live in the ground. More often than not, they're subterranean creatures. They live in the ground between the frost line and the water table or a rock formation. But they'll build mud tubes to cross areas of adverse conditions between the colony and the food source. I'm sure you've seen a mud tube at some point going up a foundation of a home. Now, if there's a constant source of moisture available in that home, like a burst water line that's been there for a while, then they can build a secondary colony above the ground. And they can enter your home through a crack 1/16 of an inch wide. Pretty versatile little critters. Now, Section 5, talking about the conducive conditions, is important because all these conditions must be noted on the report because they pose an increased risk of termite attack. These are places that termites could enter your structure. Doesn't mean that they're there, doesn't mean that they even will be, but these are places that have a higher risk because they meet certain criteria. And we'll talk about that criteria in a moment, but there's another important reason to have these listed. These are areas that will need to be corrected before any treatment is undertaken. If you want to have a termite treatment, you're going to have to clean up the conducive conditions to be able to have the treatment really work. So, areas that are conducive, I'm going to set this down, all have a couple things in common. They are prime areas for termites to enter and begin consuming a structure. Now, termites need moisture. So, with the use of a moisture meter, the termite inspector, for lack of a better term, pest control professional or whatever, will use a moisture meter to judge the moisture content of the wood in the structure. Now, if it's 20% or higher on that moisture meter, whether it's from plumbing leaks, roof leaks, improper installation of insulation, poor runoff, or even the automatic sprinklers, that higher moisture in that wood makes it more tasty to a termite. They require a certain amount of moisture, hence they carry that mud up into the wood in order to regulate the humidity inside. So 20% or higher is a danger sign. It's certainly worth noting. Now, cellulose material is what they eat. It's not that they're just eating wood. It's cellulose material is what they need. Now, if cellulose material is in the crawl space or near the foundation of the home, that poses a risk, obviously. Like lumber scraps, wood debris, tree stumps. I've seen tree stumps in crawl spaces. That's a good sign that they could have an appetizer before moving on to the main course, your home. Paper products, cardboard, all, around the piers or under the foundation or in the crawl space are all danger signs, are all listed as conducive conditions to a termite infestation. Now, when the wood of the home touches the soil, wood to soil contact, they don't even have to build their shelter tube in order to traverse the area between the ground and the structure. It gives them an easy path in. Like piling up mulch around the exterior of the home to where it touches the wood members, there's a path directly into the house, or the soil piled up. Firewood against the foundation I see a lot of in western North Carolina. We love to have a fire in the winter, and we want to keep it dry, so we put it up against the foundation, right against the house. Danger. That's conducive. They can begin working their way into the home, and even if you have a termiticide barrier around the foundation, it gives them a path right around it. Other things you'll see is like the structural beams actually in contact and touching the soil. So that's a good place to start. When you see moisture or wood to soil contact, that'll definitely go on the report as areas that are conducive to an infestation of termites. Now, I hope what I've said has helped clear it up a little bit, help in some way with understanding what's conducive and what isn't, and why this is listed on the report. Now, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, please look us up at pisgahpestcontrol.com or call us at the number on the bottom of the screen, and we'd be glad to talk to you and help you out. And thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and take care. Bye-bye.